And especially not until you're over it, I think. Because, like, when you're in the thick of it and y'all are mad at each other, you go tell somebody, and then y'all get over it. And I think we mentioned the episode before, like, the person that you told, they may not be over it, and y'all good, and they looking at you like, ooh, why you messing with him? He did this. Or why you talking to her? She did you dirty, da-da-da-da-da. And y'all have already gotten over it, because it may take them, they're outside looking in, it takes them longer to heal from it. Because y'all think about, like, when celebrities are in relationships and drama goes down, like, for example, like with Chris Brown and Rihanna, when they had their whole big public debacle with Jay-Z and Beyonce, when Solange was beating him up in the elevator, like, I'm sure publicly people had taken sides, and then, you know, a few days later we see them in pictures together all hugged up, kissing on a yacht in Saint-Tropez and stuff, and we like, hold up, what's going on? So it's the same way with your relationship. Like, y'all can be over it and move on, but other people aren't. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Marriage Conversation. And
What's up, y'all?
EJ with these little fake laughs and laughing at me and stuff. Every time I start talking. Every time we record.
I wasn't ready. That's why I was laughing at you.
Oh, you stay laughing at me. Last episode, you was laughing at me.
I was doing my baseball. I look like a coach.
All right, y'all. We are back with another banger.
Yep.
But thank y'all for tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, reviewing, all that jazz. We appreciate it. So we're here with another hot topic. Something a little spicy.
Is it hot?
Yeah.
Is it spicy?
Medium high.
Yeah. Medium sauce from Chipotle.
But today's topic.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You want to introduce?
So today's topic is... Hold on, what's today's topic? Things that you don't share in your marriage. Or outside of your marriage.
Yeah.
Sorry. Scratch that. So today's topic is things that you don't share outside of your marriage. So, you got a list?
I do.
Oh, go ahead. I'm letting that kid go. I'm not prepared.
He's never prepared. He never has a list. I'm the only one that has notes.
It's all off the dome piece.
You always do that. I don't know why you announce that you don't have notes, because you never have notes.
For people this might be their first episode. You know, EJ don't take notes.
Oh, okay. Y'all got this one lock that keeps sticking out. You see it.
Oh, yeah.
What is that about? You know, I'm trying to present my best self here. Okay, it's just being rebellious. Okay, so the first thing that I wrote down that you don't discuss outside of your marriage is your sex life. And this comes with some caveats, because I feel like, you know, when you have some girl chat, you discuss, be like, oh, I had a good time last night, or we were going at it like rabbits. But I feel like you should not go into like details and be like describing everything that y'all do together, because we're humans and we have imaginations. So if I start talking to you about what my husband does and what it feels like, you might start fantasizing or might wanting that. And not to say everybody does, but you don't want people to get images of your partner intimately in their mind.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just trying to think. I don't tell anybody about my sex life. You know, that's just something that
You've mentioned like, oh, we've been going at it, or we've had sex a lot more. And you tell people when we go out the country.
Oh, that's vacation sex. That's different.
We have sex every day we go on vacation.
Yeah. Now you telling the whole world. You telling my business. I'm gonna scratch that. EJ. Editing EJ. Take that out.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even know my business. We don't share sex. That's things you don't share.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I do agree that you don't share certain things. You know, if it's your close friend or something like that, like, I don't tell my mama how much sex I'm having.
Yeah.
And,
don't watch this episode, Miss Val.
Yeah, I don't do stuff like that. But, yeah, I think sex is a good one. Because I'm thinking about, like, before I was married, you know, when dudes, you know, some dudes are immature, so you see stuff or you hear stuff that you're not supposed to see or hear. And, you know, like Nakia said, you do start to think like, dang, well, maybe I could or maybe I should. And so, yeah.
Imagination, you know.
Yeah. It's powerful.
And I think especially if you're married or in a serious relationship and you have single friends, like you don't want to be talking about what your man is doing, because then they could start creeping in, trying to slide in on what you getting. So yeah. And your married friends too, because maybe their stuff ain't
good.
As good as it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
So I feel like you can talk in general terms, because I feel like we do that with our friends.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is what I do. I don't be like, well, point one, I do this, and I grab this, and I touch this, and then it's very general terms. I feel like it's safe. And I feel like if you're discussing, like, if a friend actually like how to spice up their sex life, like
on
tips,
the circle.
or ask for like any advice, like things you include in the bedroom, like that.
Yeah,
so,
that's all different. But Nakia done talked about this too much. I'm starting to turn red. My cheeks are getting warm.
All right. Next thing you don't discuss outside of your marriage that I wrote down is family planning. Because family planning can be a very touchy subject, because
you mean with your friends or with like your legit family or anybody?
Family planning.
I know,
like,
but
if you're trying to grow your family.
I know, who do you not tell?
You're not letting me finish.
I'm just asking.
Let me finish.
Okay.
I'm going to get there. Y'all say you just want to jump to the end. It's layers to this thing. So like I was saying, family planning, because it's a sensitive topic. Also, not everybody wants a family. Some people aren't able, well, when you're married, you're a family. But some people are not able to expand their family with children, the typical standard way of, coming together and procreating. And I think you can share with family and close friends, but I feel like you just have to be tentative about how you share it, because conceiving is a very delicate process. I feel like it takes a lot physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And a lot of times, I've learned this from my parents growing up. You can't tell everybody your business, because everybody's not on your side, and people will start praying against you or like hoping against you. And I think people believe that in business as well. Like, you can't always share your ideas, because then people will try to take them. Because people even do petty stuff like take people's names, like that they want to name their child, and then you be like, dang. So I feel like you just have to be very cognizant of whom you share it with. I feel like if it's a close friend and you really trust them, or even family members and you trust them, then yeah. But like with people like my mom, she
can't tell her, because she gonna tell everybody.
She can't hold water.
Val the same way. That's why I was trying to get to what she was trying to get to. Who we talking about? Family, friends, or just our mothers?
Our mothers. Sorry, moms.
Yeah.
Y'all can't keep secrets.
Because they can't keep no secrets.
Not
they
at
can't.
all.
So
yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. I mean, typically I don't care, and I know that's a harsh stance on it, but I do agree, especially on the business piece, because people do be stealing. Y'all be stealing. Y'all be trying to recreate things, but God ain't give you the sauce. I got the sauce.
And I think even if you're not family planning, air quotes here, traditional way, like people have adoption,
that's a whole process.
People have surrogates. So then you're also trying to protect, if you have a surrogate, the person's identity, if they don't want it to be known. If you're trying to adopt or even do foster care, there's a lot of even legalities within that.
There we go. Joy Amazon package, because Nakia always got something. That's another thing you don't share in marriage.
Amazon?
Nakia always ordering stuff off Amazon.
Yeah. Okay, so oh no, it's not like.
Oh, okay.
Like I need to get it right now. Okay, so the next thing you don't share outside of your marriage is your finances. I feel like it's cool like to share. Like we've shared information about our finances.
I'm about to say, y'all know our whole history. That's why I'm looking at her.
But I feel like you don't have to walk around telling people like, oh, I make this money and he made this money. He's so broke and he don't do this and he don't do that. And I gotta take care of the bills and I'm the breadwinner in this family and I make all the money and da-da-da-da-da-da. Like that.
Yeah, that's very divisive.
Yeah, poor taste.
Yeah, it's in poor taste. And we haven't done an episode on this, but I may have mentioned it before. Like, there's other ways that the man, is supposed to be the provider. There's other ways he can provide outside of being the breadwinner. And so if you are out telling your homegirls or telling your parents or telling whoever that he ain't doing what he's supposed to do because you making all the money, then that's another way to put a wedge in between you two. So I agree, you shouldn't do that. not a good look. Not a good look. And I think vice versa on the other side. If the guy is making all the money, it's not for you to belittle your wife and telling everybody, oh, but she don't work. I take care of everything. All she want to do is order on Amazon.
It's getting a little personal right now.
So, you know.
I don't like that.
There's certain things that you should just keep to yourself. Just for the sake of your marriage.
Y'all see how he snuck that on in there?
Man.
She always ordered on Amazon. So petty.
Yeah.
So the last thing I have on my list is EJ might have thought of some stuff while we've been talking because, you know, off the top of the dome, he's a genius like that.
Yeah.
The last thing I'll put is arguments or disagreements that you have.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah, you don't share those outside of your relationship. Especially not until you're over it, I think. Because, like, when you're in the thick of it and y'all are mad at each other, you go tell somebody and then y'all get over it. And I think we mentioned the episode before, like, the person that you told, they may not be over it and y'all good. And they looking at you like, ooh, why you messing with him? He did this. Or why you talking to her? She did you dirty. Da, 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 da. And y'all have already gotten over it. Because it may take them, they're outside looking in. It takes them longer to heal from it. Because y'all think about, like, when celebrities are in relationships and drama goes down, like, for example, like with Chris Brown and Rihanna, when they had their whole big public debacle with Jay-Z and Beyonce, when Solange was beating him up in the elevator, like, I'm sure publicly people had taken sides, and then, you know, a few days later we see them in pictures together all hugged up, kissing on a yacht in Saint-Tropez and stuff, and we like, hold up, what's going on? So it's the same way with your relationship. Like, y'all can be over it and move on, but other people aren't. So you keep your heated fellowships between you. Then afterwards, I feel like you can share, especially once you have grown, healed, and learned from it, because it could help somebody else. But, you know, in the moment, you got to kind of navigate those waters, you know, unless you're talking to somebody, like, for advice, especially, like, close friends. I know David is EJ's close friend. I don't know if he does this, but
I tell nobody.
I definitely wouldn't mind him talking to David and be like, hey, David, me and Kia are having this issue, and I said this, she said this. Like, is there a way you could help, or do you have any advice for me? Or if he talked to somebody, you know, older in years of marriage to kind of help him.
Yeah, the reason why I don't talk to anybody about arguments is what she said. Like, I'm going to be over it, and that person's still going to be upset. But also, 9 times out of 10, people go to our friends and our family that we tend to believe are going to believe what we said and agree with us. And so there's no real need to go. Even though I know I have sound counsel with my friends, it's just certain stuff that I'd rather deal with. And like Nakia said, maybe I'll tell them a month later, like, bruh, you know, me and Kia got into an argument over this, which we rarely get into any arguments because I ain't got time to be arguing. But
I just be annoyed with an attitude.
Yeah,
but
but
he just be trying to love on me.
So yeah, that's like the reason why I don't do that, because what we deal with and how we handle it, I think like we need to be able to deal with that. And I think that we talked about this in the episode too. We have some really good foundation pieces in terms of like premarital counseling that kind of help us get over some of those.
Sure. Shout out to the Bakers. Yeah. They just celebrated a wedding anniversary too.
Oh, did they? To get over some of that heated fellowship. And so yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that. But the one thing that Nakia didn't say that I was just thinking about was, depending on what it is that you're trying to do, like big purchases, I also don't tell too many people about those things either. Because like Nakia said, even though you may be a friend, a family member, or whatever, we're human. We all have some envy and some jealousy in us.
Some hateration.
Yeah, some hateration on this dancery. And so certain things like you can't share with anybody outside of your spouse until like the ink is dry or you know, y'all a couple days from closing. So like when we bought our house, we told some of our like closer friends, but you know, people that we hadn't talked to in a while, they probably still don't know I moved to Charlotte and I bought a house. Unless they follow me on something or they you know, watching Ikea's YouTube channel. But yeah, certain things that you just can't tell people because they're not rooting for you the same way you're rooting for them.
And people also try to project their ideas and their feelings on you and try to discourage you and make you feel like you can't do something like, oh, y'all shouldn't buy a house yet, or the market is this, and oh, that's too expensive, or y'all don't need another car, or y'all don't need this furniture, or you don't need these clothes, and whatever.
Yeah, so, you know, it's things like that. I've always been that way where I don't share. Like, unless y'all know me, y'all probably don't know what kind of car I drive. It's never been on social media. It's never been anywhere. And so that's just the type of lifestyle that I live, that I'm just, you know, I'm real under the radar because I don't want people putting their negative energy and their projections onto me. And so that was the only thing I could really think of that you didn't cover that I wanted to add to your list.
I think that's it for me.
Okay.
That's all I can think of. If y'all have anything that you feel like you shouldn't share outside of your marriage or relationship, go ahead and drop down in the comments below and let us know. We can have a little conversation. And also, what are some things you've learned? Have you ever shared anything outside of your marriage that you feel like you shouldn't have and it came back to bite you in the butt?
Yeah.
That'd be a good conversation.
Let us know.
Yeah. But that's all we have for you today, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening, watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing. Continue to do all of that.
We'll catch y'all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
Bye. You just say peace.
I know, because Harper getting on my nerves, making all that noise in the background.
Mommy said booty.
Yeah, I know. Relax.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Peace.